This is like a wrecking ball. This workout is one of my favorites because it combines two of my favorite movements into one couplet. We do 25 calories on the bike here to start, and then we do 25 kettlebell swings. 4 rounds of that for time. Obviously, that adds up to 100 calories and 100 reps. If you're familiar with the air bike, you know how assaulting it can be on the quadricep muscle groups primarily, and the lungs. Your legs are working really hard. They're taking up most of the work on the bike. While the arms you can put significant work into if you really kind of focus on the pushing and pulling aspect. But in total, it just kind of combines your whole body into a hard effort here, and it's just really effective at like high intensity interval training. I think it alone is maybe my favorite piece to just get my heart rate up high. Like if I want to produce a max effort sprint for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, there's nothing more low impact for me that can do that compared to a nice air bike. So I would say it's probably the safest and most effective piece of machinery just to get your heart rate up high if that's what you're looking for to create maximum power, which is the essence of high intensity interval training. I try to design these workouts to be pretty low impact so that they are still sustainable. While there are movements that some of us may favor over others, I try to keep that in mind. So I just came off the bike there. My split time was about 1 minute and 28 seconds. And now I'm going into my kettlebell swing. So just ripping out 25 of these. The kettlebell swing is a lot of people's most favorite movement pattern. It's certainly one of my top 5s. If someone were to come up and ask me what my favorite exercise is, just for like overall strength, power, fitness, core, I think the kettlebell swing would be really high up there, if not my favorite for all those. It is a hip hinging pattern, so the primary muscle groups working are going to be the glutes, hamstrings, lower back. So that's our first round done. My split time was 2 minutes and 12 seconds. And then I just want a nice fast transition right back to the bike. I just start to ramp up that power again. So typically in a 4-round workout, I like to break it up by round, obviously. So if 4 rounds is our workload, half of that, I typically look at about half of the workout to be where I want to stay at a relatively controlled pace. And then on the back half of this is where I actually want to ramp it up if I have the power and finish faster from where I started. So as I move into the second round here, what's going through my head is how I felt through that first round. Did it feel pretty easy for me? You know, I still got 3 rounds ahead of me, so I know there's a lot of work to go. And I'm trying to maybe match that performance, if not go a little bit faster. In an ideal world, I like to start off a little bit conservative and then finish as fast as I can in these type of workouts. But overall, you want a pretty even split time throughout the first 3 rounds. And then ideally your last round is a little bit faster, just so that, you know, you have that final kick, you just empty the tank. So on the bike here, it's always important to just stay tall. You can see kind of the fluidity in my arms. That's me trying to keep my body kind of relaxed and fluid and efficient. So I just came off the bike there. My split time on the bike was 1 minute and 36 seconds. Which is a little bit slower than the first round, but most of that has to do with the transition time. Just the way that I measure these rounds, there's the transition time from the first round going back that is included. So the kettlebell swing, I want to talk about this movement. Most of us can over-dominate this with the shoulders. I see a common mistake with that. People think it's like, oh, I need to pull up with my shoulders. The upper body is hardly involved here. It's all about your power from the hips. So by you squeezing your butt, you're pushing momentum into that kettlebell, explosive hip extension. And that's what's transferring to go into that kettlebell, creating that wrecking ball effect. And now we're going into the third round. So I just finished that second round. My time was 2 minutes and 22 seconds through the second round. So that was 10 seconds slower than my first round. Now, a lot of that just has to do with that transition time. But, you know, you're starting your first round like, okay, your legs are fresh. And then you can kind of settle into that pace that you feel comfortable with. So backing off a little bit's fine. Speeding up a little bit's fine. Staying the same is also fine. So this is a really pivotal point in the workout in terms of understanding your pace. You just finished half of the work. You got that same half ahead of you. And ideally you have a little bit in the tank to start making this third round maybe a little bit harder than that last round, because you're still trying to keep this power up. The third round's always hard because it's not your last round. You're really fatigued at this point already. So this is where a lot of the mental battle really starts to set in. Also, us getting to that 5-minute domain at this power, you're starting to ask what you're doing with your life. And even like, you see how my form's just like breaking because I'm getting tired. You don't want to like ever hunch forward on the bike. You're just going to lose power that way. You want to sit tall, powerful chest, allows better leg drive. So just finished that bike, 1 minute and 32 seconds on that push. That was 4 seconds faster than my previous round. Had a smooth transition to the kettlebell with 4 different rounds here. A lot of our time is going to be on the transitions. And then back to this explosive hip extension workout. I'm squeezing my glutes to extend my hips, and that's transferring power. So a very hamstring glute dominant exercise. You want your shoulders to be relaxed. You see, I just kind of stay loose at the top. I'm not shrugging. I'm not trying to lift up. This is a 53-pound kettlebell. So if I'm trying to lift that up with my shoulders, I'm going to be very unsuccessful. Okay, just finished that third round. 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So I sped up about 6 seconds from my last round. I'm exactly where I want to be. And this is the home stretch. I really like to try to push that last round because there's nothing left after this, guys. And this is just where you can build that character, you know. You can build your cardiovascular endurance here. Most of the time that we have potential to speed up in this workout is on the bike. So right here you can see I'm really cranking. I'm trying to just go all out here. I know there's only 25 kettlebell swings left for me, and I'm hungry to finish this workout because as soon as I get this work done, then it's all over. And I'm just going deep into the pain cave at this point. I'm not feeling sorry for myself. It's going to burn. It's going to hurt. This is just a temporary experience for us. So this workout being in about the 6 to 12 minute zone for most of us is going to allow a high lactic acid production. So you can really build your threshold there. And so really what I'm saying here is that it's going to burn and it's going to hurt pretty bad if you're truly giving it your 100% effort. So just saw the calories tick to 100, game on. I'm going to move right to the kettlebell. There's no wasted time here. I'm hurting really bad here. Trust me, the last thing I wanted to do was pick that kettlebell up, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm just wanting to get this workload done. Now here, it's super important to maintain your form. Notice at the top here, I'm actually going to start bracing my abs and then actively pulling the kettlebell down. This is going to make my reps a little faster. It's not a very efficient way energy-wise to do this, but right now I got nothing left after this, so I'm just finishing hard, squeezing the butt, bracing the core, all out. And there we go, done. My time was 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Don't forget to record your guys' times in the workout notes below the workout so that you guys can accurately track your progress month to month as you get this workout done. Good luck, guys, and enjoy the training.